Alrighty guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Ironman. In the previous episode, as you can see on my back, we unlocked ourselves a shiny new cape. The first of its kind to my name at the very least, so I'm still very stoked about that. And one thing I forgot to do at the end of the last episode was imbue my Slayer helm with a specific Slayer monster, and as you can see in my inventory, the Abyssal Head is my item of choice. So I'm going to go ahead and imbue this, give myself a red helmet to match the cape. If we go down to the Unholy Helmet unlock, it'll cost us 1,000 points. So this choice, it's pretty hefty because that is not a small fee to pay. So now that we can make that, I think our fit has a bit of an upgrade. But another thing I do wish to also unlock is the task storage unlock. This will allow me to bank any task that I get. And I think if I get myself a graded demons task, for example, that'll be something that I can put into the storage and then pick up at a later date. It'll always be nice to kind of have something desirable in reserve. That way we can kind of come back to it at a time that's more convenient. So without further ado, let's get ourselves an Abyssal Head combined with a Slayer helmet, unlocking the red Slayer helm. Looks very nice in conjunction with the Slayer cape, and why not one more emote to go. So my first Slayer task since unlocking 99 Slayer has been a duplicate. For those unaware, the cape actually has a ability where it'll give you a 10% chance of proccing, and that 10% chance will allow you to do a task that you previously did. So interestingly enough, the very first task that I got after my previous was Dark Beast. So this will be the first post 99 task thanks to the Slayer Cape's perk. So I'm going to get started into that and be right back. There is no way a superior just spawned. This is going to make this commentary very hard to deliver, but for those of you who are quite observant, you may have noticed that my attack experience is quite high, and 99 Slayer, whilst it was the final thing we did last video, it'll be the first thing that we get done this video. That is going to be, oh dude, if this gives me like anything significant as a drop, it's going to be amazing. But with or without a drop, I'm very happy. 99 Slayer, 99 attack in quick succession. Things are looking up in the world. This damn beast, man, it is not something I'm too versed in killing, but we'll see what happens. I'll see how this fight goes and I'll report back. It looks like it's calming down a little bit. It hasn't shot too many special attacks off. Well, there's one of them. Okay, never mind. It's just going rapid fire spec after spec. This will be the most legendary clip I ever record if this drops something. If this drops a heart, I'm just done. This account is the best account I've ever had, confirmed. The RNG so far has been pretty good. Can we top it off with anything special? No, it's just the capes for now, but I'm not going to complain. I'm already happy. That would have just been the cherry. But anyway, let's go get ourselves another skill cape, shall we? Now, I've come all of this way over to the Warriors Guild with the intention of buying a skill cape, but I've come to realize that my bank is actually completely full, and if I buy this, that's just going to be another thing that collects dust. So it's there if I want it, but like even with the potion storage, I'm still having massive issues. I mean, okay. Bank fillers don't help. In general, my bank is just absolutely chockers, and I've held off thus far buying any skill capes that don't have any utility whatsoever. The ranging cape, mining cape, crafting cape, of course, HP and Mage, they've all got a purpose. The Slayer cape is no exception with that aforementioned perk. So I'm going to hold off for now. Maybe in the future we can buy these remaining capes, but I get the feeling if I ever max this account, I'll end up having to ditch them anyway. So for now, I'll hit the pause button on the cape and we'll figure out something else to do. I figured I'd do a bit of a switch up, switching over to a bit of thieving. As you can see in my inventory, we've got ourselves 62 Raynars alongside 95 thieving. And I will open up my box in a second. You see I've got 192 of the relevant seeds inside. If I close it once again, you'll see how many I've got in this session. So I don't know how long this thieving session was. I just wanted to make sure I got the entire level before leaving, but it's interesting to see that prayer pots are no longer this scary, like, how am I going to obtain sort of thing. Getting 60 Raynar seeds is absurd. Outside of thieving, been doing a lot of fishing current ones as well, and I thought I might complement a fishing level with, of course, getting myself 96 cooking. 3 more until that is maxed out as well. Getting a lot of 99s recently. I'm in a bit of a groove. Well, 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 look what we have here. Somehow I don't think this last one is going to be giving me a jaw. What's it? We've got astral runes. Sick. I mean, they're useful, but it's not a jaw. I think with basilisks, I'm done like documenting like, I'm going to go do a task. I have hope and goals and think that things can happen that are good in my favor. My faith in these monsters has died entirely. And with the 3rd basilisk head to my name, I'm feeling a little demotivated. So when it comes to basilisks in the future, I'm just gonna not record the fact that I've got a task upcoming. I'm getting too sad seeing these clips where, ooh, a task, can I get a jaw? And then it's just inevitably no. The answer is definitely not. So one day you'll see a clip with a jaw on the floor. Until then, we'll pretend that basilisks, they simply don't exist. Alrighty, I think it is time that I stop stalling my diaries. The amount of farm runs that I'm doing that involve me running manually to the Felidor patch, it's honestly embarrassing. My account and where it is currently, this just can't be happening any further. So I think my goal is going to be do every single diary task that I can do up until this point with these stats. And if I'm close to anything, try to polish them off, because this is truly a run of shame. This is like, you know, first week of old school RuneScape. You should probably have yourself a Felidor diary completion, but here I am, 99 Slayer Cape, but no ability to teleport here. So we're going to fix that immediately and see what other diaries I can do as well. I noticed that the Karamja elites can also be done, so I think there might be a few elite diaries that will be able to be completed, which will be exciting. The perks are always really good, and yeah, I've been missing out of them hitherto, so it's time to fix that after this farm run, of course. With not many quests left to do, I was surprised there was even any that needed to be done to complete these diaries, but nonetheless, Grim Tales is one that I actually have to complete. So I noticed something interesting about the EXP rewards. We got over 60,000, or in conjunction with 60,000, a bunch of extra experience, but one important thing to note is that'll actually give me 99 woodcutting. I've been sitting really close to this 99 for a while, and for some reason I just haven't got it yet. Here I was thinking that 99 cooking may be next, but nope, we've got ourselves 99 woodcutting complete, and it is all thanks to this quest that gives a absolutely absurd amount of experience for its completion. It was pretty nice to do that quest. It was the first one I've done with an actual stamina pot, so I'm about to run out of run right now, but that quest was quite quick with the ability to just never stop running. I am definitely going to once again get into that comfy habit of using staminas left and right. I was just looking in the chat channel and I noticed that I got the accomplishment of hitting 13 mil experience, which is interesting because these experience notifications, they only show once you've hit level 99. So for that to appear pre-99, I've never seen a 13 mil announcement before. What I imagine happened was I was close to 13 mil, and because I got 60k in one fail swoop, I got a milestone notification at the same time I got 99. So a bit of trivia, that it's actually possible to get a 13 mil notification. But yeah, if you've never got a 99 before, you'll notice any increment of 1,000,000 experience post 99, you will get this accomplishment. So that's why it's a bit strange to see it at 13 mil. I've come to a horrific conclusion that I need to get myself a prospector helmet for this diary. This is the first time I've ever done Motherlode mine, and I'm already 99 mining, so this is a little bit torturous. I need 40 nuggets, which isn't honestly too bad. I'm not like super keen to do it, but just getting 2 just now, it's not going to take too long. However, one thing I forgot to mention whilst doing my woodcutting grind back at the Redwoods, I got myself a little friend. Got myself my first ever beaver pet, so I thought whilst I'm a little bit bored at the Motherlode mine, I might showcase this little guy. I never really get much use out of my pets. I'm always just worried they're going to die and have to pay a mill, so they're always just staying in the bank, but I think whilst we are nice and safe in the Motherlode mine, he can chill for a little bit. If you're curious, I got him at around 12.8 million experience, so very, very little experience left to get until 99 when I did actually get the beaver. And I think it's one of the better pets as well, so. In that previous world, it was very much clogged. You would have seen like the amount of dots on the minimap. However, I figured if I go to a 2k total world, this place should be dead content, right? And sure enough, I'm pretty much the only one here. The only downside is that I guess these struts are going to be broken. So I guess I'll take the good elements with the bad. I just probably need to get myself a hammer. I don't know how or when this occurred, but I just went into my bank. I like to, if I'm ever doing a prospector grind, I like to keep the nuggets that I've got in my inventory just so I can visually see how many I have. I went to do so and saw that I had 43 nuggets chilling in there, so I guess I'm done. I don't know when I did this, but I'm not going to complain that I've got myself 50 nuggets already, which is sweet. So that's one less grind that I need to do tonight, and that can kind of expedite this process. But I believe what I need for the diary is the prospector helmet and nothing really else, I believe. So we'll buy that, won't worry about the rest of the set, and we can tick this one off the list. To buy myself a white 2H sword, what I need to do is get myself 1200 black warrior kills, and I found out in this little section you can get yourself 6 kills, quote unquote, per kill to speed it up. And all in all, we're alternating between Ice Barrage and Red Chins because these things change combat styles. So I still don't think I've perfected this method, but what I have done is got myself 92 defense. A strange place to get it done, but yeah, I definitely can't commentate and do this at the same time. Interestingly enough is they drop so many prayer pots that I don't think I'll ever run out. I'm actually having very bad inventory management as we speak, but what also came to mind with the fish pie is that if I boost up with this pie, I can get myself the elite achievement done in the Mauritania area. I think you need to barehand a shark or something along those lines, so that'll be a nice little shortcut to get that complete. I totally forgot that that item even existed, so this will be a weird chain of events. I'll be able to get an elite task done for the Felidor diary upon completion of this, as well as getting the elite portion done in the Mauritania area. So anyway, I'm going to get back to this, try and focus a little bit. This is very awkward to do, but I think it's going to be much faster than killing the simple black warriors in the Tavoli dungeon. This is going to be the one exception to the Basilisk rule. If this is the task that I get a draw on, then I'm just done. If you're unaware, this is a diary task. You need to get an assignment from Chelda, and this clearly is the first time I've ever accessed this Slayer monster. Okie dokie, after an evening of finishing off as many diaries as I humanly can, we've come to this point here. Anything that's fully completed but not turned into green has been accomplished. I just need to turn it in. However, I want to do it all at once, so it's a work in progress. I'm probably, I don't know, realistically halfway to where I want to be before I redeem everything. But before I do that, let's get ourselves a farming level. This will be necessary for, I think, the 91 boost in Felidor for the elite, so that'll definitely make getting that boost a little bit easier to get. At the end of the day, I like to go to Prif and do a little bit of agility. As I said before, not my favorite skill, and if I can knock out, 15 minutes of it, it kind of bores me to death and puts me to sleep, and I kind of leverage that boredom into, like, kind of helping me fall asleep. So I thought I'd set things up before I got into bed, and turns out a Crystal Impling hooked me up with an Elven Signet tonight on this evening, so lucked out a little bit. I was very surprised to see that drop. That thing is like 3.5 mil, I have no idea what it even does. Sure. This is the final Basilisk of the task, and once this is dead and there's no draw on the floor, we can go back to ignoring that these things even exist. I think if I ever made a video about my favorite AFKing spots, this Karamboan area would definitely list quite highly in that video, but only 4 more levels to go. I'm gonna miss it when it's gone, but there is 95 fishing. I don't think that unlocks anything at all. Just spent a few hours at the Lizardman Shamans, got myself quite a haul here. I screwed up the lure and ended up getting bricked, so we had to teleport out with the only thing that I had available. I disabled the teleports in the menu so I don't accidentally get out of there, but I thought I'd just document what I got. This is a few hours worth of loot, and I've had to bank a couple of times, so it's a bit kind of, I don't know. The Lizardman Fangs, they've been there for multiple trips, but the rest of this, not so much. So the Celastrius, how do you even say that? Celestris and the D-Med, these drop rates are 1 in 3200 roughly, so no Dragon Warhammer or anything, but I don't know, reasonable loot I suppose. We're currently sitting around 700 KC, but overall it's not too bad. I wish I had a couple of accounts that I could just like camp out multiple lizards at the same time, but I can only kill one at a time and it's quite slow, but hopefully the slog is worthwhile. I really would like to get a Dragon Warhammer. It's not something I've ever gotten before, but I think that's going to do me for now. Time to go to bed. Now, I don't know what happened between that clip and this clip, but in the morning my computer was on death's door, and as a result, 1 frame per second is absolutely all you're going to get for this one. Hello Sepulchre, I'm ready. Alright, moving on from agility, we're hopping back into the Lizardman Shamans. I figured out how to actually set this up with 2 accounts, so I've got 2 accounts that I haven't quite set up yet, but I know how to if I need to. But I did, before I set this up, wanted to check my current kill count. I think we're sitting around 4.5k, a little bit higher than that, 4.6. So we're, 1.5 times dry at this point. Hopefully we can get the Dragon Warhammer before too long. The loot is starting to pile up. I kind of can't be bothered like banking a lot of this stuff in between trips. I simply just can't be bothered putting in the effort to juggle items on the ground and stuff. So if it's going to note up and get lots in a successive trip, I just keep it in my inventory, because like if I bank all this, withdraw more potions, I just end up needing to drop the potions and juggle until they all run out. It's just not worth it. But this is definitely a fun kind of method. It gives me like vibes of being a free-to-play account, killing minotaurs, like training in the stronghold of security. So it's kind of nostalgic in a weird way, and I still cannot get over how awesome it is to have a bofa that just like it infinitely shoots arrows. I don't have to worry about that resource. But I'm gonna set these accounts up and not get splooged on by the lizard man. Overall, I'm not too sad that I'm dry. I kind of enjoy being here, but with that said, man, I still want to get this Dragon Warhammer. This has been quite the detour, I must say. I didn't expect to do Diaries and then get caught up for, dozens of hours just spent here slaving away for a Warhammer. But you know what, there's grinds that I think in the future will be far worse than this one. So with all that said, let's get back into it. There is no way. Dude, I just recorded that clip. This can't be over 4,700. That is mine. Yoinkies. Thank you very much. Huh. I just settled down for a long-ass session and never mind, it's not necessary. Damn, I actually can't believe that. That's insane. Thank you, Jagex. Didn't have to go 5k plus. Almost at the old drop rate. Holy shit. Alright, I need to get my thoughts together. That's nuts. Dragon Warhammer unlocked. Now, I don't know if this is Stockholm Syndrome or what, but I kind of want to chill here for a little longer. Like the drops are kind of okay. Like, there's zero logic behind me staying here. I don't know, I brought all these resources. I, wanted to set up a camp chair and, chill here for a while, but I guess I don't need to now. But I wanted to explain a little bit about what's going on. Why are these little lizards not moving anywhere? This is because I've got my good friends Phoxine and Phoxine over here. These two accounts are red X'd underneath the spawn points of these two lizardmen, and what that means is that these guys are locked in place. I don't know how the game mechanics work, but this took me a while to figure out how to set up properly. I recommend you look up a video on YouTube, and because one of these accounts is a group Ironman that I bought a year of membership of, it was just rotting away because our group is disbanded. I thought, why not set up one account? And as soon as I had one account set up, I thought, I've got a bond on another account, surely I can set up two, and here we are. So have a look at a guide on how to set this up. If I could explain it in 30 seconds, I would, but essentially once you've got these two accounts in these two positions, these tiles are very specific, by the way. Use these visual cues as a reference if you need to. I remembered this little wagon wheel looking thing, 4 tiles above that, but once they're locked into position, these guys, they can look at you, they can spin around and stuff, but they got no range on you. You can outrange them and they can't move, so they are stuck in position and you're free to shoot at them at your will. They can't activate skills or anything. It's a very ingenious method, and whoever came up with this, props to you. Your understanding of game knowledge is quite extensive, and I'm very happy to piggyback off it, because the old method of blowpiping in the dungeon doesn't really stick with me too well. But anyway, I'm still running off the high of getting the Warhammer. I'm going to kill a couple more of these. If I get a second one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll just see what I can do in the next couple of minutes before I inevitably rip the band-aid off and actually have to leave this place. Alright, I tried to be cute and set up something different. I'm not meant to be running across this bridge, but I thought before I headed off and did some more diary requirements, is this going to attack me? You son of a gun. I thought it was locked in on my other account. Never mind, be right back. Piece of shit. I need to do this quickly before I get poisoned to death. This is not going to be 100% accurate, but it'll be close enough. I probably killed 20 or 30 more shamans after that, so around 4650. I feel like that's not too different from what I just checked before, but you get what I'm saying, right? As soon as I check in with the recording, it gives me luck. So I've learned this lesson a couple times actually during this series. The more I record, the luckier that I am, I suppose, and kind of neglected that for over 4,000 kills. And as soon as the camera gets turned on, lo and behold, I've got a little red mallet to my name. So I guess I'll have to keep that in mind moving forwards. This is something it seems too OP to forget, but now our bank has been injected quite heavily with a lot of funds. I think I made in excess of 10 mil just then, which is absurd for a little detour and a red mallet, but can't complain. anyway, let's get back into the diaries. It's looking quite nice, and I don't think there's a whole lot more that I can chew off the bone before I'm done with everything that I can possibly do at this point. I think a lot of like smithing and agility is going to hold me back, so I'll be right back, get done what I can do, and see how far we can actually get. Although, not going to do the wilderness. I hate the wilderness, not even going to touch that shit. Am I seriously getting chased right now? I don't think he can even attack me, right? He's just following me around. My wilderness alarm is going crazy. Alright, if I go one level deeper, I probably deserve to die. But he can follow me as I go towards this guy here. I'm doing the mini quest where you get the ghost armor. Maybe once I've talked to this guy, I can tactically walk out deeper. He's just following me around. I don't know if he's my bodyguard or he's trying to take me out. I don't know what this man is trying to do. I don't think he's friendly. Either that or he's very friendly. I can't quite tell the difference. I was precisely 10 kudos away from having the ability to complete this step in the Varrock card, which is the only reason I was up there. I think I can do something with the fossils that I have in the bank, but that whole system confuses me, like phosphorus and magnesium and those 3 bars or whatever. I don't even want to look at it, so I thought that'd be the lesser of the two evils. We can now move on with the diary, get myself some herblore experience as well. But yeah, Varrock and I think Western Hard provinces is about as far as we'll get. I'm just realizing as I speak in this moment that I'm going to have to kill Chompies. Oh god, somebody help me. Whilst getting my supplies ready for the inevitable Chompy hunting adventure, something interesting happened. I'd left my accounts behind at the Shamans, and my girlfriend decided to do a Slayer task there and try out the different method. Lo and behold, after about 200 kill count, I see this in the chat. No way! I know, I can see! As you can hear, we're both pretty excited, and the fact that she got it that quick was insane, but I was happy for her. As much as I want to do all of these diaries at the same time, kind of redeem them all in one go, the one exception to that will be the Western provinces. If you're not aware, completing the easy, medium, and hards will give you a better chance of the Chompies from spawning. I have done it in the past where I've like done all of them back to back to back and realized after the fact how dumb that was. Just getting the easy out of the way gives me a 25% chance of a second Chompy spawning, which is huge, and over the course of 1,000 kills, it really does add up. So I believe the medium gives you a 50% chance, the hard 75% chance, and then the elite guarantees a second one. So those are pretty hectic numbers. I can't muck around with them, and so that is the reason why I'll complete them one at a time. Although, what I didn't realize is that to progress and actually claim the easiest thing, you have to go talk to a gnome of some description. This has been a while since I've done this one. I'm getting so confused by Quest Helper telling me where to go. I think we need to go to this thing on the minimap. Look, I didn't wiki this, but I see a green star. That has to be it, right? Get myself an EXP lamp. And it looks like the easies are complete, and we've got the rewards in motion. So when I head back, I have a 25% chance of procking a second Chompy. It is done. I don't know if I'm happy or disappointed that I did that all in one go, but the Western provinces, all of the tasks have been completed. All I need to do is go talk to what's his face. Got about 300 kills an hour with this Chompy method, just chilling out by the western area here. I made way too many arrows. I made all of these brutal arrows and didn't use a single one of them. I think about 600 ogre arrows would have been fine, but alas, here we are. The job is done, that's okay. But yeah, anyone who says that grind isn't too bad, don't trust anything they say. That sucked ass. But speaking of sucking ass, I'm going to go to the Mage training arena. I think I have to get Bones to Peaches done, so whilst I'm dead on the inside, I might as well just do that. And that's the only thing between me and everything else that I wanted to check off the list for now. Things in the Elite Diaries, I am probably kind of locked behind skills, but I do know that the hard Lumbridge task can be completed once I get Bones to Peaches, so yep, I'm going to do that back to back because I hate myself. It is finally finished. I wouldn't wish that experience going from Chompies to Bones to Peaches back to back on my worst enemy, but mate, it's finished. I think I've got all the points that I need and all the different pizzazzis that are required. This place is awful, actually. I actually very much hate this place, and once I've selected Bones to Peaches, I will. I think I'm good. I think I'm good, man. We're gonna go smash out this last thing with the Lumbridge Diary. I don't know where I actually need to cast this, but once I go do that, I'm going to then collect all of the different XP tomes, and I want to see how much Herbler experience I can gain. So this is all the diaries that I need to gather. I'll go grab those EXP rewards now, and we'll go cash them in. I guess I can chalk up the last 7 hours of gameplay into this singular crumb of dopamine I'm going to receive from using all these lamps. We're starting off at 4.5 million Herbler experience. I'm going to crack out all these lamps and see where I end up. There is the final one, and the final tally is almost 4.8, so almost 300,000 experience. Pretty good, actually, not gonna lie. I guess I can kind of take back my comments a little bit, because it's actually, you know, you get this reward in the end, so, you know, casual 300k Herbler experience. Very, very close to 89, and in all honesty, I've probably got it banked. But as to what I should be doing next, I have no idea. I think I might do a farm run, a celebratory farm run, where I can actually teleport to the Felidor herb patch for once. After finally doing a non-scuffed herb run to a degree, I suppose, I still could improve my routes, but we switched gears, hopping up to Konar with our newfound Rada's Blessing. We could teleport there 3 times a day, which is nice. And for the second time ever, I've been assigned a Hydra's task, and I'm very much looking forward to getting into that. But over the last couple of days, I've had to AFK. As a result, we've gotten our first ever Blood Shard, as well as a hell of a lot of defense experience. We've also experienced our first ever bloodshed at the Vires. This place is strange, like it takes like 7 to 8 minutes of AFK to run out of prayer points, but at the same time I still feel like I'm super vulnerable. I've gotten so close to dying multiple times, and I've unfortunately had to witness the passing of several other members of the old school RuneScape community. But yeah, 94 defense also coming in hot. The defense experience is definitely piling up, but with that said, so are the bodies. You son of a bitch. The amount of times I've had my gear stolen off the floor, oh my god, it does my head in. Anyway, I'm trying to record a clip, I got distracted, I lost my Runite bar, end of story. In other news, you would have seen I have a Hydra task, and we're going to move on to that right now. I just have to leave. I'm about 3,000 kills in, so I'm almost due. Like, that's not how stats works, but, you know, in theory, I'm somewhat due for a new Blood Shard sometime soon, but I'm not really focused on, like, getting the drop itself. I just like the AFK gameplay experience, but I've got time to actively play the game, so I'm going to take advantage of that and start plowing arrows into a dragon. Hydra's dragons, I don't know. According to Google and the AI associated, they are indeed, the more you know. AI truly is getting out of control. So is my kill count on Hydra, as well as this job. I don't know what that is, but I'm glad to get something. I feel a little bit dry, but the fact that this isn't red on the ground is a bit of a red flag, but there's, you know, something to take home, and at the very least, if nothing else, we got a unique from this task. Probably oversold that drop, when I guess as karma I get to drop myself in response. Gotta keep you on your toes a little bit, but yeah, it's never fun to die here, but it's always fun to get something new. And there is the heart. I think I can now make myself a ring or something like that. That's the 3 components required. I'm kind of fortunate that I haven't got any duplicates. I'm probably going to die this run because I've run out of food, but we take the heart for now. I feel like I've got a pretty good balance of Hydra clips. Like, you would think it's all just drops on the floor, but on this series, we do it a little bit differently. I think I've been 6-hour logged at least twice here. The task just takes so damn long that you lose track of time, and in this case, I kind of got like lowballed on the amount of time that I was able to be logged in for. Sometimes I'll give you a few extra minutes, not this time around. Also died once again. I have one more Hydra left to go on the task, and I get my second eye. I don't think that's useful at all. But let's wrap this up. This has taken all day. Good lord. I was gonna say I was pretty proud of myself for that kill, but I ended up taking damage at the end, so I can't make that claim. But there is 151 Hydras put into the bin. That is, what, 8 hours of gameplay or something? Holy shit. I don't mind doing Hydras, I kind of miss doing them, but at the same time, man, like, if I don't get them for a while, I won't exactly be upset. But anyway, I think it's about time I leave the pen before this thing messes me up. Got a few relatively new uniques lately, and this Choke Devil here, as you will see in one moment, will drop yet another one. The one, of course, being the Missed Battle Staff. A swing and a bit of a miss, I must say. I've been thinking of a way to end this video, and I thought with my new Dragon Warhammer unlocked, I don't know why my magic cape is in my inventory, I've got myself an Araxxor task that I'm going to undergo. I recently learned that you can also extend these, so the next time around I think I'll unlock the extension, because 60 at a time isn't the best, and I think the little mini Araxxites you might have a good chance of getting a superior, and considering we just got a missed battle staff I think it was, I'm in the mood for an imbued heart, or at least an eternal gem, so we're going to play the old video maker trick where I document a clip and that increases my RNG, I get the drop I want, and I end the video. It's going to go exactly to plan. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's so annoying, bro. Holy shit. Man. We briefly interrupt this spider killing escapade to get ourselves a fishing level. It's so hard to predict when these anglerfish are actually going to catch. They take forever. I don't mind AFKing this place, but the fishing spots, they move around so often and they're quite buggy and weird to interact with. I don't know if that is like bot protection, but like when that gets involved and it starts like impacting actual human experience, like the anglerfish fishing experience is not as smooth as Karambwans, for example. But we'll take the fishing level. We've got several thousand of these bad boys in the bank. I'll just have to wait until I get 99 cooking before I put them on a stove. Anyway, back to the spider, I reckon. Although, I must say, I have quite the bone to pick with this boss. We have 321 KC, and there is 3 drops that have a 1 in 200 drop rate. So, to get one of those, it's 3 in 200, which reduces the likelihood of it going dry. However, we are extremely dry given that context. There's also the Fang, but I have not even accounted that into my calculations. But the fact that I've not got one of these 4 items in 321 kills is ridiculous. I think it's like statistically less than 1% of a chance to go this dry in the way that I have. Obviously, we've got the jar, we've got 2 heads, but I can't make a weapon out of any of that. So with only about 20 spiders left to go, I really hope we can redeem this, because this is looking grim. I'll be the first one to admit I'm procrastinating, but at the very least, we're 1 level away from 99 cooking. There is 98 finished. I don't know if that really unlocks anything, but yes, my procrastination, at least it bears fruit. Unlike a certain spider I know. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's over. It is just GG. There is no drop from this task. It's crazy. Or is there? This is the last one. I'm at the point where I don't believe this boss actually drops anything. Like, there's no way we're this dry. That's insane. I'm going to pighead this one. This is going to be a video that will take a stupid amount of time to make. I don't care. I want something shiny and cool on the floor, and I don't care how long it takes. I'll see you guys in 2026 when you finally see this upload. I've got my Slayer cape with me, so potentially we can get the old back-to-back. I'm also going to extend this one here. 150 points. They make you work for you, don't they? Anyway, let's see if the cape can proc and we get to, okay, still dragons. I'm going to skip that. I think once I get the Dragon Hunter Lance, I believe it's called, I'll give those a go. And to be honest, I'm not entirely against doing them. But you know what? It's time to go back to the spider. This is the task. There is no way on planet Earth that 209 kills do not give me something. It just has to happen. Luck is definitely needing to be on my side. I had to delete the reaction to this because my fan was so bad that the distortion on the mic was not worth the reaction. But that is my 3rd Araxxite head. I don't need a 3rd Araxxite head, but I now have a 3rd Araxxite head. It happened. I got a drop. 372 kills to get a 1 or 3 in 200. Holy shit. Thank you. God is real and it has 8 legs. I will see you in the next one.